Hello everyone, good morning. Can you confirm audible or not? So yesterday we discussed about how the callbacks are going to work. Syntactically in Node.js, if you observe, okay, so most of the times we are going to use like a callback syntax only or not. We are passing one function as a parameter to this particular listen. This particular parameter type is like a function. This function called by listen again. Okay, so here also say get is the method which take two parameters. The first parameter is like a string, the second parameter is like a function. If you observe here, the function which you pass as an argument to another function or not. Okay, which function you pass it as an argument, that function we can say like a callback. This callback function can be a named function, can be anonymous function. Most of the times, if it is like one-time operation, one time only if you want to use, that is like simply anonymous function. So this function, if I give to get again call this function by passing some parameters or not, by passing some parameters like request to response or something like that. Okay, up to here, yesterday we discussed. So the next level discussion is about okay, modules concept. As I said, in Node.js, most of the times we are going to use like a modules concept. Another one is like callbacks, and another one is like promises. These three concepts are very, very important. Frequently, we are going to use in Node.js. Okay, so now if you come here, what is modules? Modules concept in CSS, very simple. I have one file is there. In the file, there has variables can be write. That is the JS file. Methods you can write. Okay, I mean classes you can write, functions you can write. The class contains again variables and methods. Okay, now. So in that case, how we can share the data one file to another file? How we can share the data from one file to another file? Okay, that is the question. Okay, we can share those information from one file to another file using modules concept. Okay, in ES6, there has some keywords over there. One is like import is there, another one is like export is there, as is there, something like this. ES6 below, the concept is like something different. First of all, ES6 you can use. After that, how the ES6 below syntax looks like, we'll see. I have one.js is there. Okay, here n1 equals to 10, n2 equals to 20 is there. N1 equals to 10, n2 equals to 20 is there. Now, there has one more file, 2.js is there. Just I want to write like console.log of n1, console.log of n2. Yet. So whenever you run 2.js file by using node 2.js, if you run this one, that time you can get an error. What is that error? You can get an error like n1 is not defined. But n1 where it is defined? N1 defined in 1.js or not? N1 defined in 1.js. Okay. Now, if you want to avoid this error, N1 is not defined error. If you want to avoid, then that time, okay, you have to make this N1 is available from 1.js to 2.js or not. You have to make this, okay, file is, okay, 1.js file contains N1, N2. That N1, N2, you have to make it available or not. Yes or no? So how we can make it available? That is the question. How we can make it available? Through modules concept, we can make it available. So first of all, who requires the data? 2.js. Who has the data? 1.js. Okay, if you want something, that is your wish. Okay, who has the data? He should ready to give the data or not, so that this person has to tell programmatically, hey, I'm ready to give this n1, I'm ready to give this n2, like this you have to tell, like this you have to tell. So how programmatically you can tell, okay, by using import to export to as these are the keywords we are going to use in our modules concept. Es6 below syntax is different. So here how we can tell, simply we have two ways to export the data. So export default n1. If I write like this, if I write like this, export default to n2. Okay, let's go with the first only one value. After that, multiple values you can. Okay, first you can go with the one value. After that, you can go with the multi values. Now here n1 equals to 10. Export default to n1. Okay, that is the one.js statement. Now this statement also note that, okay, I have one.js file, two.js file. Two.js file is like printing n1. Whenever I run two.js file, it gives me n1 is not defined. So to avoid this error, n1 is required. Where is my n1? In the one.js, I have the n1. So 2.js requires something from 1.js. That means my 2.js is expecting something, but this guy is ready to give or not. So how many ways he can give one value? How many ways he can give one value to some other person means two ways he can give. One is like using, okay, the keyword called as export with default combination. Another one is like only export combination. Okay, the difference we'll see. So two ways he can give. One is like with the default to export with default to, another one is like export without default. So n1 equals to 10, export default n1, that's okay. Now this person has to receive the data or not. How he is going to receive the data? Okay, import by using import keyword. Import keyword from which file he is receiving the data. From which file he is receiving the data? Come on, from which file he is receiving the data? Within the same folder. Okay, within the same folder from one.js file. Okay, within the same folder from one.js file, he is receiving the data or not. Okay, now this dot is there now. What is this dot? You are looking for your file, that hierarchy you have to mention. That hierarchy we can mention like a dot. Okay, dot dot. The next one is like dot dot dot, something like this. Whenever you see dot means looking for item inside the same folder, inside the same folder. Okay, here looking for an item inside the parent folder. Okay, here looking for the item, looking for an item inside double dot means parent. That parent is the grandparent. You can say parent to parent folder. Okay. Now, okay, as per my hierarchy, the folder structure 1.js and 2.js in the same folder. In the same folder, for example, same folder. 1.js and 2.js is in the same folder. So both are within the same folder means my 2.js looking for n1 within the same folder file or not. Same folder file, how we can represent only dot. In the same folder, I am looking for which file? I'm looking for which file? In the same folder, I'm looking for which file? In the same folder, I'm looking for which file? I'm looking for 1.js file or not? I'm looking for 1.js file. So I'm looking for 1.js file is okay. In the 1.js file, which value you want? Okay, n1 is the value. Like this, you can import. Now, whenever you run this one, you can get the output is like what? Output is like a 10. Okay, so this is one way of he can give the data. He can give the data. So another way is what Okay, now can you write a constant n1 directly? You can export online only. This is without default. This is without default. Okay, so my 1.js now giving the value without default. So whenever he is giving the value without default, how we can import, with the default, okay, like this you can import. Without default, in the destructuring format you have to import. That is the syntax you should have to follow. There is no reason why destructuring means. I don't have an answer. Whenever one person exported a value without default, you have to import with the destructuring format. That is the rule, that is the guideline. So here, can I write like en1? Can I write like en1? So my question is like, two values are there. For example, two values required. Now my one.js has two values. My one.js has two values. Now tell me, import n1 from one.js console.log of for this. Okay, next one. So, first of all, how many ways one file can export the data? Two ways. One is like with default, another one is like without default, ex6 syntax. Okay, export to default to n1. N1. The next one is like export to default to n2. Export default to n1. Another one is like what? Export default to n2. Now, within one file, can I write more than one default means? No. Okay, within one file, can I write more than one export default? No. Okay, so in one file, can write max one export to default statement. Export default statement. Maximum one only. Maximum one export default statement you can write it. Understood everyone? Maximum one export default statement you can write it. Okay, if I write more than one, okay, then that time, okay, it is not gives me the expected results. It is not gives me the expected results. Okay, first one is like override, but second override. Okay, first value only is going to consider. Second one, if you write also, no. Okay, so more than one export default, if you write, there is no use of that one. There is no use of that one. So that, okay, you can write maximum one export to default. Now the next one is like, can I write more than one export statements? More than one export statements? Can I or not? Yes, you can write more than one export statements. We can write maximum one export default statement. Yes or no? Okay. Now here, come here. So more than one, it is not possible. That's the reason just I am going to remove. Maximum one you can write. Minimum zero, maximum one. Now you export with default n1 so that I want to export without default to n. Possibility is there. So one file can export any number of values with default or without default can give any number of values one file. Okay now. So here is the one.js. Okay, constant n1 equals to 10. Export constant n2 equals to 20 and export default is like n1. Okay, in the 2.js from 1.js, see this 1.js where it is, 1.js where it is within the same folder. I have 1.js. Within the 1.js, export default how many? 1. So that n1. Export without default how many? One only. Okay, so in the destructuring format only we can import it. What is the value? N2 is my value or not. In the in the destructuring format we can import N. In the destructuring format we can import N2. Okay, import N1 and the destructuring format import N2 from 1.js. Okay, now my question is maximum one export default you can write it, right? So while importing, the reference can be any name. The reference can be any name. Why you know? If only one value is there, only one value. Okay, in the class only one student is there. I can call him with any name or not. That person only respond. No one is there. So that here also same stuff. Okay, here my one.js maximum one export default only so that I can hold with any name. No problem at all. But if you come here without default, multiple values you can write so that there has multiple students or there in the class. If I say hello, who is going to respond? I have to give like I have to okay use the unique name of the student or not, unique identity of the student or not. That's the reason the names you have to use okay same names only. That you have to use like a same names only. Understood? Okay, okay, everyone. How to export the value, how to import the value. Okay, okay then. Now this is ES6. Now ES6 below you can come. Okay, ES6 below, if you want to export the value, okay, if you want to import the value, how you can, we have one keyword module. Okay, module dot exports is the one here. No export default. Okay, no export without default. Only one module dot export. So here, two values if you want, one value if you want to export, you can enter one value. Two values, more than one value if you want to export, you can use either array format or either object format, you can use it. So ES6 below, no export default to without default, that kind of concept is not there. Simply you can write like module dot exports. Module dot exports. Okay, here which value you want me to export, you can assign it. Okay, which value you want me to export? N1, N2, okay, which value? Both, which value? Only N1, you can assign N1. N1 and N2, don't use like this. N1, N2, you have to wrap with a single variable. So how we can wrap it? Either object, either array. So if you write like this, yes. Now 1.js exported two values ES6 below syntax. Whenever it is like ES6 below syntax, you have to import, right? You have to import or not. So how we can import ES6 below, we have one predefined function is there. Require is the one. One predefined function is there. Require. Okay. I required from which file? Within the same folder, I required 1.js file. Within the same folder, I required a 1.js file. Okay. Now you required 1.js file. That's okay. You're expecting. He is ready to give or not? Yes, he given. Okay. Now, whenever you require, okay, he already ready to give. If you require, he is ready to give that one. Which value? Which value? Okay. My reference can be anything. You can use it. Okay. Whatever you exported, that value you can get it. My val type is what? It's like an array. If you have an array, how we can get the value? Okay, val of 0, okay, or val of 1 or not. For example, if it is like an object, okay, if it is like an object, then the type val of n1 and val of n2 or not. That's all. If it is like ES6, you have to use like these keywords: import to, export to, default to, yes. Okay, with the default to, without the default, two ways you can export it. While importing also, one is like normal name reference you can give it. Another one is like destructuring format reference you can give it. Destructuring is nothing but what? Here the destructuring is nothing but, okay, which name you used at the time of export, the same name only you have to use in the import. Okay, in the destructuring format means curly braces. That is ES6. ES6 below how? We have ES6 below, no export default without default. Module dot exports is the module is the predefined keyword. Module dot exports. Okay, here which value you want me to give? Two values means you can go with the array or object. Only one value means that value only you can assign it. Module dot exports. Once you export it, ES6 below how we can import? ES6 below how we can import? ES6 below how we can import? Require is the one. Require. Require is the one. Whenever you do require 1.js, just you can get it like this or not. Understood everyone? Okay. So programmatically, if you want, okay, programmatically, if you want to check, you can check it. Okay, first. So first of all, I want to create one simple application. I want to create one simple normal application I want to create. Okay. You know, already React, you have an idea. That the reason any application, if you want to create, no need to create it manually. We have some commands over there. You can use those commands or not. My application is depending upon what kind of modules, what kind of libraries. Those also you can download by using some package managers like Node Package Manager, no, okay, npx, pnpm, like this different ways we can download in your application or not. So that first of all, make sure, if before create an application, okay, in your mission, okay, some of the softwares to be installed. One is like Node software you have to install. One is like Node software you have to install it. One is like Node software you have to install it. The next one is like, whenever the Node software installed, check for npm, open command prompt, check npm. Npm, this particular command is running in your machine or not. Okay, once it is running, create a structure manually. One is like you create a structure manually. Another one is like through command also you can create it. First, create a structure, basic skeleton of your application, Node application manually. First of all, if you want to create your application, first thing is like my application dependencies. If you want to download, you need a package.json file, yes or no. So first of all, get that file. When I can get the, how I can get that file? By running one of the command called as a npm init is the command. Npm init is the command. Whenever you run npm init command, okay, the package.json file is going to create. Okay, let's run this one. Okay, go to, okay, first I want to create one folder. Okay, modules. In that particular folder, just I want to run. Okay, make sure Node is available or not. Yes, Node is available or not. Check Node is available. Just to exit. Okay, Control C is the one. Okay, yes, done. Once Node is available, check for the npm. Node Package Manager is there or not there? Yes, Node Package Manager is there. Once Node installed, automatically Node Package Manager is available. If it is available, if it is not available, then the time you have to set the path. If you're stuck with something, let me know so that I can help you. Okay, the next one is like what? Do npm init. Do npm init is the one. See, some questions they are going to ask. What is the question? First one is like package name. Package name. Okay, you can give any name. The second one is like version. Okay, done. The next one is what? Description. The next one is like entry point. Index.js, something like that. You can give like a entry point. Okay, the next one is like Git repository. If you have, you can give it. Keywords. Based on your requirement, just you can give some keywords. Okay, the next one is like what? Other. Okay, license. Just you can say okay. Then the time you can say like yeah, okay. That's it. Okay, now one package.json file gets created. Open folder. Do this with yes. Okay, right? The modules one package.json is like here. The package.json, okay, my main entry point is like index.json. So let me create one index.js file. Index.js file you can create. Now in the JS file you can write, okay, anything, right? Hello. Yeah. Now this index.js file I want to run it. Okay, to run this one in the package.json I want to add one okay command to run my file. So your name can be anything. Okay, start. Okay, what you want me to run index.js file, right? Index.js file or not. So how we can run it? Node index.js file like this you can run. Now you can see cd modules. Okay, done. Npm start is the command. Whenever you run npm start, see my hello printed or not? My hello printed or not? Okay, now you can write multiple files now. I have one player.js file is there. In the player.js file, I have, okay, my name. Name equals to Sachin. Now, this Sachin I want to use here. Okay, I want to use like a player name is, okay, plus name. If you run this one, you can get the error is what? Name is not defined. Everyone knows I'm looking for the name. That name is not there. Name is not defined. The name where in the players.js file. So that I want to import it. Before import, this person has to export it or not. How many ways ES6 can export the value? Two ways, with default, without default. Export default name. Export to default name. Yes or no? Now, once you exported, now can you go to the index.js? You have to import it or not. So, how we can import? ES6 import name from where? From within the same folder from the players.js file. I want to import it. Now, run this. Now, cannot use import statements outside the module. In the ES6, if you use import, export, default, these keywords, that particular application should be a module. So how you can tell this is like a module, you in the package.json, you have to put the type is like a module. How to put the type is like module. Whenever you use ES6 syntax, you have to do in the package.json one change is like type is like module. Now py, okay, sorry, okay, npm start, npm start. Now if you come here, it gives some error. What is that error? Cannot find the player. Okay, so that you can use the exact path. Exact path. See, this is giving like player.js, something like this or not. So js you can write it. Now, once you given this one, now if you observe, now see my player name is like a Sachin. You're able to see or not? You're able to see or not? Okay. Now go to the player. Okay, there has constant. Another player is like Tony. Another player. If I do export default, another player, another player. Now see this. It gives an error. A module cannot have multiple default exports or not. See, it gives an error or not. Multiple default exports or not. That means what? You can export how many defaults. That means you can export with default how many statements. You can export with default how many statements.
One.
Only one statement or not. If you write more than one, then the time it is showing like what? An error like this or not. An error like this. Now if you run this one, then what happened? Okay, the default has already been declared. The default already been declared. You used like what? Again the default or not. So make sure it is not work. So another value if you want, then the time how we can without default you can. Now come to the index.js. Now from the player.js, one is like export default, another one is like what? Another one export without default or not. See, it gives a another statement. I don't want another statement. Within the same statement, you can use this one or not. Another player, another player. Done, huh? Okay, here npm start. npm start. Now see, player name is like Sachin, and the player name is like Dhoni or not. Okay. Now this value, if I change this value, will it work or not work? Export without default value I changed. Okay, then the time see the request module player.js does not provide export without default another player one. Another player one is not exported in the player.js. Okay, here if I use something like n, will it work or not work? Will it work or not work? Export defaults, how many you can write maximum? Export defaults, how many you can write maximum? One. That one can hold with any reference or not? No problem at all. That one you can use with any reference or not? Yes or no? Got my point? Understood? How we can export. Now not only, okay, not only variable, you can export function, you can export a class, you can export, okay, in JavaScript. Two things, three things only we are going to use. One is like variables, so functions, so classes. Other than that, nothing. Other than that, nothing. So one file can export a class, export a function, export a variable or not. Understood everyone? Any questions so far? Okay, here npm start is there, right? Instead of this one, okay, okay, my operation. Okay, any name you can give, but if you write like npm my operation is not what. Now see this. Okay, now you what you have to do, your name except, okay, except the starter. If you use any name, you have to do, okay, npm run my operation. Whenever you run, okay, my operation command, automatically this particular node index.js is going to execute. Okay, start means, okay, directly it is going to run. So whenever you use start, no need to write like run again. Okay, run means, run no start, both are like similar kind of meaning only, right? So npm start, it is going directly start. But other than start, any name you use, that time you have to manually write npm run your command name. npm run your command name. Understood? All are okay? So this is modules, okay, ES6, ES6. Now ES6 below I want, ES6 below I want. So how, okay, ES6 below I want. So can I create one more folder? Modules ES6 below. Okay, na? So let's go to this folder. CD ES6, CD modules ES6 below. Okay, first, what command you want me to run? I want one package.json file. So how we can run it? How we can write it? npm init is the command or not. Whenever you run npm init, they are going to ask some questions to you. Just you can answer those questions. Yes. Okay. Now it is ready. Now here, what change is required? I want to start. Okay, by using node index.js. Any name you can give, no problem at all. But entry is like index.js. That's the reason I placed. Now, if you come here, okay, can I use like index.js? Index.js. Now, in the index.js console.log of, it is going to execute or not, working or not, you can check it. Hello. Yeah. Now, if you come here, okay, npm start is the one. Npm start hello is going to work. For example, if this command is not there, then what happened? If this command is not there, then what happened? If this command is not there, then what happened? Can we run this one? Okay, missing script start. Okay, in the script, start command is missing or not? Missing or not? So that make sure You have to use dot node index.js or whatever it is done. Okay, now it is going to run, or if you run this, it is working or not working. Agreed? Okay, what is the next step?
Get a player one.
You want me to create one JS file now? Player.js file. Okay. Now I have a name where name equals to Sachin. Okay. This name I want to give it. Okay. How we can give? This is ES6 below. Okay. There is no need to use like import export keywords. Okay. There is no need to write the type in the package.json. Now here, okay, how we can module.exports. Module.exports is the one. What do you want me to export? I want to export the name. I want to export the name. Once you export it, how we can import in the index.js, as I said, which method is there?
Require.
Require is the method. Require is the method. Once you return require, you required from which file? Within the same folder, player.js file or not? Okay, so you required, he is also ready to give, okay, that value you can get it. Only one value, so that value only printed hello, okay, hello, plus name, hello plus name, done. Okay, now if you run this, okay, and node npm, npm already node is there now, npm start is the command. Whenever you return like npm start hello such, you can get it or not. Multiple values are there. Okay, I want okay, this is like pair one, and I have one more p2 equals to Tony also there. Two players are there. So here p1, here p1, module dot exports is equals to p2. Module dot exports equals to p2. Okay, if you write like this, what happened? See here in the player, the index.js, the players.js. Now see, my first one, Sachin, is override with Tony or not. In this case, no error, but this one is override by this one or not. But you want only one, you want like both as per your requirement. As per your requirement, you need only one or you need both. Come on, you need only one or you need both?
We need both.
Okay, both, right? Okay, then that time, can you try P1 comma P2? Can we try P1 comma P2? Okay, na? Okay, that time, what happened? Check it. That time, what happened? Okay, this comma is there. Now, after that, it is not considered. Only P1, what is the value? Sachin or not? So in this case also not giving an error, but not gives me exported output also. So this case also not giving me an error. Okay, this P1 first value is going to give as an outcome. If you write like multiple exports, so then that time, okay, the first one is override by the second one or not. Both are not giving me an error. At the same time, not giving me an expected output or not. Not giving me an expert output or not. Yes or no? Agreed everyone? Hmm? Until okay? Then what you want me to do? Then simply you can go with either array or either an object or not. Now you are giving an either array or object. So you are exported an object. Once you exported an object, you have to import that object. How you can require? You can get like a object as imported value or not. If it is like an object, you can destruct here itself. Okay, which values p1 comma p2 values or not. So here hello p1, okay, plus p2, speed. Now if you come here,
Sorry, npm.
hello Sachin and though it is working as expected or not. If it is like ES6 below, this is the way we can export the data and import the data or not. Any questions, anyone so far? To hear okay or not? Understood, right? Modules concept and the callbacks concept. Okay, these are important. Okay, promises will tell. Okay, after that we can tell. The next one is like come to the Node.js now. Come to the Node.js. Why we go for Node.js? Yesterday I already told you. Node, it's like an open source. Okay, it is like a open source environment which provides you, okay, some environment. It's like it provides an environment to run your JS file outside the browser or not. So far where we run our JS file in the browser or not. Once Node introduced, there has one more chance we get it. We can run the JS file outside the browser or not. Node provide an environment to run the JS file outside the browser or not. Outside the browser. Outside the browser. That's all. Okay, it is like open source or not. Node is like a open source. Okay, that environment, it's like a open source. Okay, Node is like run on any platform. It's not like depending on one platform. It's like any platform it is going to run. Windows or Linux or Unix, Mac, like this. Okay, now this Node using what? In the browser it is running, that is like one case. Another one is like my JS is going to run right outside the browser. Where it is going to run? Okay, it is running in one server. In one server. Okay, in one machine, not inside the browser. Outside the browser, it is going to run. Okay, it is like uses JS server, JavaScript server. It is going to use it internally. For our, okay, in our side. Okay, from our side. Okay, no need to do anything. Okay, just okay, there has some methods over there. You have to use that methods. That's it. Got my point? So I said like it is going to run in one JavaScript server, right? How it is going to create one simple server in Node.js? In the Node.js, everything is like inbuilt, predefined already. One library or module they created. Just you are the person has to use that module. That's it. You are the person has to use that module. More than that, nothing. Got my point? Okay, so in Node.js, just I want to create one simple server. Okay, if it is like running in one server is running. If you know the address, you can communicate with the server or not. Okay, in my local machine that is running, I can directly communicate. In the cloud, if it is running, if I have internet and the address, I can communicate with the server or not. Server is nothing but what? Okay, in one mission, okay, which is not shut down. That's it. Okay, in the one mission it is maybe one service also sometimes, yes or no. So my question is like you said like Node.js is like provide an environment to run your JavaScript outside the browser or not. So that I want that particular structure, I need one server. Okay, whenever I communicate with the server, whenever I communicate with that server, my server has to respond to me. That's it. My server has to respond to me. Got my point? Okay, so how we can do it? See, now the next one is like create node server. Node server. Okay, here also just you can go with the package.json file. Okay, why I need to write manually? And can I create by using by using npm init is the command or not? Okay, just he's going to ask some questions. Just you can keep it done. Okay, now the next one is like okay, just create my server.js. If you want to create a server in Node.js, we have a separate module is there. That is a predefined module only. The module name is like HTTP is the module. Okay, it's like a library, you can say. HTTP is the library. So first of all, that HTTP library I want to load. First thing is like the HTTP library I want to load it. So how we can load the HTTP library? Can anyone tell? Come on, how we can download the HTTP library? Okay, use
From
more
npm
package
install.
manager we can. Okay, so how we can npm install HTTP is the one or not? Npm install HTTP is the one. Okay, done. Now in the dependencies section, now see my HTTP is loaded or not? Yes or no? Okay, now let's go to server now. Let's go to the server now. In the server, ES6 below only. Okay, I want to require. I required what? Which module I required?
http.
HTTP module or not? So that it returns me something. It's a function, right? Function always returns me something or not? Function always returns me something or not? Yes or no? Yes, done. Now, first of all, this server file you can run in the package.json. How we can run? Come on, you can write like a start node server.js. Node server.js. Instead of node, we can use like a node mon also. We'll discuss that one later. Okay. Now npm start is the command. Okay. Now see, there is no errors, nothing. There is no errors, nothing. To create the server in the HTTP, there has one function is there. What is that function?
Creates.
What is that function? Create a server is the function. Create a server is the function. Create server is the function. Now, this particular function take something like this. One function as an argument. Okay, now tell me. See, this is which kind of structure? See, create server which take one function as an argument. So that is like what?
Higher order function.
It's like a higher order function or not? Higher order function or not? Create server is a higher order. And this one is what?
Callback.
Callback. This callback called by whom?
Create server.
Create server by passing some parameters also or not? Possibility there or not there? Okay, some parameters they passed. Okay, what those parameters? You know, request to response. Okay, now see this. Okay, request to response, something like that. Okay, if you don't know, then what you have to do? A comma B comma C comma D comma something like this. We can put it. We can put it. Okay, done. Now this is the server you created. This is the server you created. You created a server. That server has to run one port number, so that if you want to connect, you have to give proper address or not. So up to here, okay, one app, okay, one application server created. This application, okay, has to run in one of the port number. Any port number you can give. Any port number you can give it. Now, whenever in my local machine 2020 whole machine I don't want to use to run this application, I want to use 2020 port number. Port number is nothing but, okay, you allocated some service to run this application, that's it. Okay, now see here in this task manager there has multiple services are running or not? In the task manager multiple services are running or not? Same like this, my application also running in one service. Okay, in the 2020 port number it is going to run. Okay, now if you run this one npm start, now check localhost 2020 is the one or not? In my local machine only localhost 2020. Okay, I'm able to localhost 2020. Localhost 2020. Okay, now I didn't. Okay, whenever it is like connected with this one, you have to give some response back, right? So can I give some response back? Okay, response dot end hello. That's it. Okay, hello. Now can I run this? Okay. You made some change. Okay, those changes has to reflect, right? Now npm start. Now localhost 2020. Now see my hello is working or not? Now you send a request localhost 2020. My localhost 2020 server is in my server is running in my local machine on 2020 port number. Whenever you hit this one, you can get the response is what hello, and my request is like ended here or not. This is the way you can create one simple server or not. Yes or no? So console.log of a comma b comma c comma d comma like this you can write it. Okay, my b I know that is like a what, that is like a response. So here just print b c d e like this you can print it. Okay na? Now can I run again? Okay, whenever I run this npm start, my server is running. Now if you click on this one, now if you come here, last three are like what, undefined or not? Last three, that means my e is like undefined, my d is like undefined, my c is like undefined. So last three like undefined, remaining two are like what, remaining two has some data or not? Which data, you know? The first one is like request data and another one is like a response. What is request, what is response, we'll see that. So my create server call this callback by passing how many parameters? My create server call this callback by passing how many parameters?
2 parameters.
Two parameters. The first one is what, request. The second one is like response or not. Yes or no? Got my point? This is the way one simple node server we can create or not. Understood? By using which module you can create the node server? By
HTTP.
using which module we can create? Okay, HTTP module. You are not the person to write those modules and everything. But the thing is like here, you should know about what is callback and you should know about how you can import that module. Okay, so module concept knowledge also required or not. If you know those two, then the time you can create your own. That's all. Okay, like HTTP, okay, you can create your own modules also or not. Like HTTP, you can create your own modules also or not. Yes or no? Like HTTP, you can create your own modules. Own module is nothing but what? Module is like a library. Library is nothing but what? One JS file. JS file contains what? Variables, so functions, so classes. So you can write, okay, anything you can write. Okay, my player.js, okay, my name equals to Sachin Tendulkar, and here you have to like what, module dot exports equals to name, module dot exports equals to name. Done? Now this is on simple libraries. On JS file is nothing but one library. That's it. Now go to server.js like HTTP. Okay, can I get it? Require. What is that? Within the same folder.
Player.
Player.js.
Within the same folder, player, right? So it gives me what, where name, some name it is going to give. So that name I want to print here. That's it. Okay. Now can I run this again? Instead of running, okay, every change, you can go with the node one. Okay, we'll see that one. Now, if I refresh the page, now my answer is what? Hello, Sachin Tendulkar. It is working as expected or not? Yes or no? How the HTTP is working, how the predefined model is working, same like this, your source is working or not? Okay, na? Any questions, anyone? Okay, so these two session videos I will provide you. Okay, just you can go through that one, create the setup. Okay, create the setup and we'll see. And one more thing. Okay, I want to create an application with the Express, node with the Express. Node is not a technology, it's like an environment. Okay, so most of the times to write the REST endpoints and everything, we are going to use some external libraries. The library is like Express is one more library. So the next thing is like, okay, in your mission, Express is there or not there, you can check it. What is that? Express is there or not there. How we can check in the command prompt? Express. If it is not there, what is the error? You can get it. Express is not found as an internal or external command. Like this, you can get the error or not. Whenever you get this error, okay, that time run these commands in your command prompt. What are those? The first command npm install -g express. Another command is like npm install -g express generator. What's that? One is like npm install -g express. Another one is like npm install -g express generator. Once you run these commands, okay, now I want to create an application with the express, right? So that, okay, now go to workspace folder, and in that folder you can run express my node with the express. Yeah, my node with express. Yeah, now it is going to create one application with the name with some basic skeleton. Okay, so let me do that one. First of all, express is there or not there, check it. Express is not there. So what you have to do? npm install express -g express. Okay, while running this one, make sure your internet should be enabled. Make sure your internet should be enabled. Okay, done. Now check express. Okay, npm install -g express generator. npm install express generator. Yes. Now check for the express. Yes. Okay. It is not gives me something like this or not. Destination is not empty. Continue. Okay, don't continue. If you do continue, in that folder, the skeleton is going to create. So that you can say no. Once it is done, what you have to do? Go to the workspace folder. Where is my workspace folder? The workspace folder. Go to the VTS. Go to node. This is my workspace folder. Here, command prompt. Okay. Here, express my node express. Yeah, my node express. Yeah. Now, say that. See that. Now, whenever I run this command, now there has one folder created, my node express app with some basic skeleton or not. With some basic skeleton. We are going to work on this skeleton. We are going to work on this skeleton. Understood? So this is the way you can create your node with the express application. Again, I'm telling Next.js application, if you want to create next app. React router application, create React router application. White application, create white application. Create React app. These all commands. Same like this, express also one command to create node with express application or not. Okay, na? So up to here, you can complete. Up to here, you can complete. And okay, practice export okay, modules concept we can practice, fallbacks concepts we can practice in the folder. Whatever the files are there, try to understand these files. Okay, we'll continue the many things in the next session. Any questions, anyone?
Sir, will you cover Redis as well in this course? Redis. Will you cover Redis also, sir?
I didn't get you.
Redis, sir. Redis storage.
Storage Node.js you're asking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In Node.js, Redis concept is there, na?
Okay, that one. Okay, we can cover. We can write.
Yeah. Okay. Even
Hello,
Swagger also, Swagger module.
Swagger we can add it. Swagger we can add it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay then. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining. I'll share this video. Okay. Just go through that.
sir.